I'm at the Comic Con. Yep, doing this again. Because one of his villains, Clayface, has a movie. No. I'm not joking. I'm redoing another explaining history of my Batman video because there's a Clayface movie. Anyway, let's start. Batman. The detective, the great detective, the Dark Knight, the savior of Gotham, the genius billionaire playboy friend of purpose. Kind of like Iron Man, but has a no-kill rule. Today is a new explaining history of Batman. Yes, I'm redoing it again. So, let's get started. Batman, first appeared in Detective Comics number 27. And the story was obviously made by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Unfortunately for years, Bill Finger did not get any credit for making Batman. That took years, but we're not getting into that. So yes. So after a few issues, Batman didn't have his own solo series, and he had his Robin. He now has many Robins, but yes, Batman has his own solo series. After his solo series, for a few years, Batman got into the comics and into the silver screen with his film serial. Yes, a film serial that he had way back in the early 40s. It starred an actor of Batman who wasn't very familiar, and of course he had pointy ears. Yes, Batman had pointy ears back then. After a few years of having another film serial, Batman was hit by something that only would be described as a certain change in comics. The Comics Code Authority, where someone named Frederick Wolfram made Seduction of the Innocent, where he described Batman and Robin as homosexuals. Yes, that's a little weird, but continuing on this comic code, Batman had gone into the Silver Age with stories that were strange and just silly, like him fighting against someone named Polka Dot Man, or him meeting aliens, or other strange and weird stories. This would continue on until someone named Dennis O'Neil decided to revive Batman for the late 60s. After he had his TV show and a movie follow-up, they decided that in the late 60s and 70s, that Batman would become the Dark Avenger once again. This lasted until we have something going on. A reboot in the form of Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Crisis on Infinite Earths decided to fully reboot the DC Universe into New Earth. See, before there was this, the DC main continuity was Earth 1 and 2, but since then it became New Earth. And with that became more stories of comic books with Batman. We have this comic series called Legend of the Dark Knight, Shadow of the Bat, and many other stories, including like The Dark Knight Returns and Year One. But in the middle of it all came Tim Burton's Batman film and its follow-up. So they decided to follow up with an animated series, which we call Batman the Animated Series. When this series was cancelled, DC had another plans with the old Batman. So, after a few years and creating storylines like No Man's Land and Batman Hush, eventually we got a storyline called Flashpoint, where almost every hero was affected, including Batman. However, after Barry Allen got him back in time, we got another reboot with the Prime Earth. And that's another retelling of another tale of a Batman main continuity was born. Soon, we got an uncertain years, as well as a cinematic universe of DC called the DCU, and now an absolute universe. And what are they going to do next? Well, one of these movies of the DCU is going to be the Clayface movie, as I formerly mentioned. It will be set in this universe, but obviously it's not out yet. So soon I might cover this character another time. I'm Matt the Comic Guy. See you next time. See you in the next video. Bye.